Just getting this to the streaming thing. There we go. Share.
Hi, everyone.
We're going to talk about bowling today. Right, recorded sessions. I'll just drop this in now, then I won't forget. Page 24th of June. There we go. Right. So how you all doing? All of us, all four of us. Well, I do know people watch the recordings though, because I get told, but um, surprising considering like new people are coming. I'm accepting more people into school, but they're not here live. So, first of all, don't
Yeah,
know if you
sorry.
don't know if you saw my post and I tagged you in it, so I gave you a shout out because a lot of the design was Anne's hard work. But Eric's partner Nicole, she messaged me the other day. And she goes, "Oh, I've got an Amazon, whatever it's called, K whatever account." I'm like,
ADP.
"Oh, okay." And she goes, "If you send me your book, I'll put it on." So I'm on. So, and I know I've sold at least one because I've got it here. In fact, I know I've sold at least two. So I don't know how many sales or whatever I'm getting because it's not on my account. But if anybody does want a paper copy, they can scribble in and highlight, and there's plenty of room for notes around the pages and stuff, as well as I leave sections for notes. Very reasonably priced. Look at the quality. It's actually come out pretty well.
It looks pretty good in real life, yeah.
Yeah, well, somebody I'm looking at doing a project with, they've done a PDF and they got that and they were like, holy crap, yeah. Like the PDF he's done is nothing. So anyway, so that's the first thing if you want a physical copy. As long as you live in Afghanistan, you can get a copy. It's the only place it's on because it was cheaper for the paper or something. I don't know. So I'm doing a lot of my own kind of self-development mindset stuff at the minute. So I'm doing a bit more reading and stuff. One of the books that came recommended is this one, Bumpers, Nick Peterson. I do recommend it. It is good. I'm going to give you kind of the core of it today. But if you go and search for him, I think you can get a free copy. I brought this. I've had it on my shelf for a while. But if you go to one of the websites, he's actually got some audios and stuff he gives you as a gift as well. So if you like what I talk about today, then you might want to go and get yourself a copy. And it wasn't a lot of money. I didn't pay a lot for it. So, and as you can see, you can read it in an afternoon or whatever. So I've got I don't know if I need to. I don't think I need to pull the sheet up really, but I've got a Google Doc and I'll drop that in with the recording after. So the reason it's called bumpers, I said we're going to talk about bowling. When you go to the bowling alley and you get a gutter ball. If you are a terrible player bowler like me, or you're a child, they put like these big inflatable sausages in the gutter to stop your ball going into the gutter, and they're called bumpers apparently. I didn't know that. So the I one of the things I really liked in the book that he talked about before I sort of go through this is he said we don't celebrate when things don't happen. We don't celebrate when things don't go wrong, when things don't happen. And he said, if you think about it, like, at the minute I'm carrying a few extra pounds. So if I come on here next week and said, oh, in the last week I've lost half a stone, everybody kind of goes, oh, well done. That takes discipline you've probably not eaten your favorite donut and stuff like that. So well done, Paul. Congratulations. And you celebrate the fact that I let myself turn into a fat bastard, but we don't celebrate when people are consistently good and do what they're meant to do. And he makes the point, the reason why it's important is just imagine how further you could be if you weren't having to come get back on track from being overweight, from letting your business slip, from your trading account because you took a few extra trades on gold on Friday that you knew you shouldn't because you were still just fresh back from your holiday and you were desperate to take a trade and that didn't work out that well, so then you have to get your account back and stuff like that. So that I thought that was a key point, and that's what made me sort of really think, well, maybe I'll do NLP on it today. So it starts off with, have you ever found yourself working harder than ever, yet you're not getting anywhere? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And he says it's like you're bowling without the bumpers. So you're putting a lot of energy in, you're throwing energy down the lane, but you end up in the gutter, even though you're working really, really, really hard. Okay. So he has four things that he kind of lives his life by: clarity, certainty, control, and compounding. Do you want me to put it up on the screen as well? Would it help? Or do you want me to just talk through it and the document will be there after? So, okay, well, I'll just put it in after, seeing as no one said anything. So number one, clarity. So we did a session on it. It's in the book, and the favorite part of the NLP course I did actually wasn't all the sort of the energy spinning and learning how to be motivated and stuff like that. The bit that got me to Cornwall, the bit that helped me and Eric do 124K in 4 months, the bit that helped me be Chairman 10 in IM Academy and all that, it was actually the well-formed outcomes. It was actually, here's your goal. What happens if you do it? What happens if you don't do it? What will change if you do? What will change if you don't? How will your life be better? How will your life be worse? What do you need to do to get where you want to be? All the stuff that we've been over. You've got the copies of the book if you're in school. It's in the school. If you go to the classroom, it's in there in the welcome post. You can download the book digitally. I suggest you go through that section because that is what gives you clarity. Okay. So clarity is knowing where you're going. Most people think they have clarity, but what they really have is a vague goal and a very busy life. That makes sense. A vague goal and a very busy life. I want to make money online. I want to be 10K a month. They're vague goals, aren't they? They're not specific. And we talk about sensory based as well with NLP. Remember, that was a big thing for me because your brain speaks the language of the senses. It doesn't really understand words. It only understands meaning that we give to the sounds that we call words. Okay, so if you're trying to be clear, use your senses as well. What will it feel like when you've got it? Okay, so there's a difference between I want more money versus I am earning $5,000 a month in online income by helping 10 people a month through my program. Yeah, so that's a specific. So in NLP terms, I would suggest you go through the book and you go through the well-formed outcomes chapter, reaching your goals. But it's if you remember me talking about reticular activating system, the RAS, that's why it's important. Because your reticular activating system is trying to help. It's not trying to help you. It's just looking for things that you're telling it to focus on. So if you say, I want to make money online, you get bombarded by a million shiny objects every day, don't you? If you say, I want to, I want to, refer 10 people a month, well, that's into a network marketing thing that sharpens your focus, and you get books like Go Pro by Eric Worre or whatever. If your focus is purely on trading, right, you see different things. Oh, look, very nice, Anne. Have you visited that house yet?
We've been to the community. We've been to a model home, not the exact one. They don't have one of these built. It's one of the larger ones. So they don't have it ready to go. But we've seen we know the quality of the work of this builder. We've followed them for years.
Yeah, go for it. I wish you luck. Wish you luck. Just make up a fake newspaper where somebody died in the house. You'll get it cheaper. So on that front, I saw a program and it was like Ultimate Cheapskates or something it was called. And people are like, there's a guy's a bartender, and people leave a little bit of alcohol in their drinks. He pours it into a container and he takes it home and he filters it and he drink. That's what he drinks. And the bar snacks at the end of the night, they go in a bag and he takes them home. Anyway, he was living with his mum for cheapness because he's too tight to buy an apartment. And he went looking at the cheapest apartment he could find. And I am not exaggerating. It was on TV. The toilet was in the kitchen, no door around it or anything. Literally, the toilet was in the kitchen. Right? I'm not, honestly, it was like hob, fridge, toilet. And it was like, okay, I don't want to eat my spaghetti in there. So anyway, he ended up, what made me think of this, he ended up with like a motorhome. And the guy was trying to get like 15 grand for it, and he got it for 4 grand because it smelled terrible because somebody died in it. Didn't get discovered for a little while. So, and you
Oh,
might, if you're lucky, that could be you. You could find a house.
I sure hope not, because it should be a new build, so.
I went in a house once that looked like a new build when I was at Hillary's Blinds, and the guy goes, "I did all this," and that's something, impressive. And I laid the floor and I did that, and he goes, "Can't smell anything, can you?" And I went, "No." He goes, "Good, because somebody died in here, and we had to rip all the floor out." Oh, cheers. Right. So number one, clarity. Okay, be very, very, very clear on what you want, and the bit you can be clear on can be part of a bigger picture as well. Sometimes I'm good at doing that, sometimes I'm not. But sometimes I'm very good at going, do you know what? I'm just going to get this website finished because it's part of the bigger plan, the master plan. Okay. So sometimes it's not about big picture always. Sometimes it's just about being very clear on a little bit of it because it makes up the whole thing. Like a little cog in a watch. If you take the cog out, the watch stops working. But that little cog could be like one of the most important things in the whole watch or the clock. So you never know. So number one, clarity. Get very, very clear. Remember your reticular activating system, well-formed outcomes. We call it in NLP. Go through them in the book. Number two is certainty. And the example I like to give, imagine that one day you get woken up in bed and it's you, but you're a bit older. And you go, what? How's this happen? You go, oh, Paul, it's me, it's you. But I've come from the future because in the future they invent time travel. And I've just come to tell you all your goals and everything that you're working hard for. It's all good. You do it. You go and make X amount online and you do this and you do that. Okay. What was the next thing you're going to say? Tell me how. What should I do? Unfortunately, that goes against the laws of time travel. And it could create a temporal paradox or whatever they would say in Star Trek. So I can't tell you what to do. I've just come to let you know with absolute look, I'm telling you, you do it, it works. It's all good. Would that change how you work if you knew with absolute 100% certainty you were going to get where you wanted to be?
well, yeah, sure it would.
Well then, you could do that today, Tommy.
That's not what I would ask, though. I would ask what stock I should buy.
Yeah, well, yeah. But and the answer is, yeah, you do it with stocks, but I can't tell you which ones. So then you're still having to go, but Forex or stocks or whatever is all good.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the example I always like to give. And if you answer, yeah, it would change what I do, you haven't really got certainty. If you think about it. Because you keep dilly-dallying. You will find it. If you knew with absolute certainty, how fast would you want to fail? How fast would you want to try different things to find the thing that works? How much would you want to investigate what looks like it's got promise and then commit to like having been through some stuff, picking out two or three or four and going, these are the ones that seem to have the best chance. These are the ones I'm going to be consistent with. Do you know what I mean? If you knew it was definitely, definitely going to work out for you in the end, you just didn't know which online business or which Forex pair or what network marketing company or what, blah, 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 blah. But you get what I mean? If you had absolute certainty. So once you know where you're going, certainty is about knowing what actions actually get you there. The problem, most people confuse activity with progress. We can work 12 hours a day and still move backward if our actions aren't aligned. And that's what I'm saying. Are you just online throwing out social media posts and throwing out, content? Or is there a bigger strategy behind it? Are you busy putting loads of content out, you're not getting any results? So are you trying like a different thing and another different thing? But at the same time, what's harder, you need to be a little bit consistent, right? And your actions have to be aligned. And I use the example again of a teenager. If you ask a teenager to vacuum your carpet, 13, 14-year-old teenagers, quite often they'll put the Hoover around, and you go at the end and say, well, there's still bits on the carpet. Well, I hoovered. I know, yeah, you actually did the process of putting the Hoover around, but it wasn't, you didn't actually go and pick up all the dirt. So yeah, you did the activity, but you didn't do it towards a goal of having a clean carpet.
You must know my grandson.
Exactly. It's inherent in all kids. There's a fantastic comedian in the UK called Harry Enfield. He's not on TV much now. But he had a character, Kevin the teenager, and his dad made him clean the car, and he really didn't want to do it. So he had a cloth, an electric window on the car, and he put the cloth against the window, press the button, zzz, and the window would go down, zzz, window would go up, then he'd move the cloth. Zzz. Took him like an hour to clean one window. So certainty is about, okay, knowing that your actions are aligned with your end goal, knowing you're going to hit your end goal. So you take your actions and you look, are they aligned with my end goal? I got clarity in step one. Now I've got certainty and I'm going to hit it. What am I going to do to hit it? Is what I'm doing really, really, really aligning with my goal to get me where I want to be? Is it the bumpers? Is it keeping me in the lane? Okay. So with the NLP point of view, what I would say is, what's already worked for you? What are you good at? Even it could be something you were good at school years ago. I had somebody in the ninja group. She was really good at horse riding, couldn't understand Forex at all. I said, if you imagine that what are you good at with horse riding? She goes, saddles, all the straps and all that, right? So she's really good at doing all that. I said, so what goes through your mind when you're doing that? Well, this, and this, and this, and okay, you got a night. Give me a picture of when you're doing that. Oh yeah, I've got a big picture. It's right in front of me in my head. I'm like, okay, now think about Forex. And it's a little black and white horrible thing down bottom left, right? So I say, well, you know what goes through your mind when you doing the saddles and everything? Why don't you make a nice big picture of Forex and apply the same size of picture, put it in the same position, see it in the same way as doing what you do when you're putting the saddles and the straps and all the stuff around the horse. And sure enough, she started trading. We've got to go on moving by doing that. So it's taking what is already working for you. What are you good at? What can you already do that gets you results? How can you then take that and apply it to maybe a new skill that you've got to learn, to get where you want to be with your trading, with your HBA business, with your Jifu business, with your PLS business, whatever, with your book, getting a book written or whatever. How can you take something that you already know you're good at that does give you results? How can you then apply it to maybe a new skill that you've got to learn? And remember, with the goal settings, you'll look at your R for resources. What resources do I need to get me from where I am to where I want to be? Some of those resources are internal. Might be a bit of knowledge, might be confidence, might be a different attitude. Okay, again, it's in the book. Okay. There's a little exercise in the sheet you can do. It'll help you think of a time you made progress towards a goal. What steps did you take? What mindset did you have? Who supported you? Then create a certainty anchor. So, that feeling of certainty. It's much better when you're working with certainty, by the way, than fear and doubt. So we talked about anchors several times before, but every time you think about something that you could do very well, everything I've just listed, who helped you, what was in your mind, yada, 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 squeeze a finger. Start to associate that squeeze a finger with that feeling of certainty, absolute certainty. And anytime you get into work on your business, you can go, right, I know I'm doing something that's going to help. If you're in HBA every Monday night, what's working now? You know, I haven't listened to this week's yet, but generally, what are they saying? For those of you that listen, video shorts, video shorts, and a lot of them they talk to people rather than just throw stuff out. They encourage people to come and talk to them. It's just what works. 80, is it 84 people in HBA with all the products? Or 82? 82 people with all the products, 10K a month. Is that
They're not calling people cold, right? They're encouraging people to call them.
one of the ways I do it, Tommy, the best way? Um, got this free guide. Well, here's proof, right? I'll try and put a lot of proof out. So, you see, my social media is part of a plan. I have some posts that are proof, and I don't sit here and go, well, I've done 2 proof posts today. I just kind of, in my head, I know I need some proof, I need some demos, I need some education, and I kind of mix them all up and I put them out. Because I know somebody will see that short that I put out today, that you put out as well, that guy did in the group for us with the Masters Club.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I put that out today. That's a proof picture. Now on that one, I put the website on so people can go to straightforwardforex.com, right? But what I would normally do, like when I'm in strong build mode, is I say, if you want a copy of the guide, I won't say go to the website. I say, if you want a copy of the guide, send me a message and I'll send it straight over. Now they're coming to me for the guide. If they've taken the action to get to the guide, they're more serious than people that just go to a website to check what it's out, and you get your 100 list. 100 names on the list, not friends, not family, people that have come to me from social media.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So they're cold, they are cold, but they're a bit warmer because they've taken the effort to reach out to you. But they might not reach out to you for months, which is why you need to be consistent putting stuff out about whatever it is you're promoting.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't had anybody reach out for a while, but I always put that. DM me if you would like a copy of our trading as a side hustle.
I had a couple of good days off. I've come back a bit refreshed. I needed that time off more than I thought probably. So I'm thinking of doing another like, trading for regular folk boot camp or something like that. We can all promote. But Michelangelo Martin's going to launch us. So he's waiting for, I don't know, for those of you that are in, Jason Hull, his mother-in-law passed away, unfortunately. So he had to go to New York. He's back end of this week. And then what they're going to do is they're going to kind of get with us all, and that we're going to have a big launch for all the leaders. And I'm the first guy I reached out to, so we're going to have a launch and get that rocking and rolling. So, and that's just Michelangelo Martin came to me, Tommy, because I was just sharing stuff about trading 9 years ago, and he didn't come straight away. You never know, number one recruiter in IM Academy. Now I've joined him, and he's going to help me. You just never know. So hopefully lots of spillover, people. Right. So clarity, certainty. Section 3, control. Okay. Talk 1 week about thermostat and thermometer. Do you want to be the thermometer that tells you the temperature? Or do you want to be the thermostat that controls the temperature? Okay, and I would say you want to be controlling the temperature, right? Most people, they live like cause and effect. Okay, so most people live in the effect stage of that. So they'll blame like my marketing, the algorithm. I said it today, to somebody, Facebook doesn't show me stuff anymore. The algorithm's crap. Blah, 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 blah. That's why I'm not, I've done what I did before and it's not working so well. Because Facebook, the algorithm. Well, the answer is I should be doing like 3 or 4 TikTok videos a day, because they can go on YouTube, they can go on Facebook Reels as well. I know how to do it. I'm more than confident to do it. I know what to do. I'm just not getting it done. So tomorrow, hopefully, you're going to see a different Paul who's on TikTok all the time. Dave Prosser, number 1 recruiter for his company, LifeWave in Europe. 3 or 4 TikTok videos a day. Did it all on TikTok.
I haven't been doing any TikTok. I thought it was had become passe, but apparently not.
Well, if you're making the video anyway, and it can go to YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels, TikTok, why not?
Yeah.
But I had another good idea today. whatever you're promoting. So, we've talked about like 100 reasons to trade, 100 reasons to do affiliate marketing, whatever. I was thinking, why don't I just sit here one day and just read out 50 of them and record myself? Reason number one, because da 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 da. Reason number two, da da da, and then go into Opus Pro and let it sort out all the clips for me. What a time saver that would be. Yeah. So you can have that one for free, guys.
So then with your 100 ways of wanting to trade, reasons why to trade, would you like do one, like have 3 a day then? Like if you
Yeah,
do
so I would just record maybe 100 or 50 or 100 at a time. And then there's a software, Opus Pro, that we use. That will make all the clips for me. And then I can schedule them to go out. I don't even have to do them live. But Dave Prosser's got a dog. So if you notice, he's usually out walking the dog when he does this. Michael Martin as well will often do videos while he's out walking his dogs. And he just fits it in his day. His dogs still haven't signed up, but they'll get there one day. They keep hearing it. Right. Right. So, like I say, most people blame things. You have to start taking control. So, a few ideas here. It says control your time by setting non-negotiables. There was a guy when I worked in the PC World shop, and on a Sunday, it didn't matter the store could be being robbed, but at 2 o'clock he had his Sunday roast in the office. Didn't matter. We need your customer complaint. No. And he would sit and eat his dinner for as long as it took. It was non-negotiable. He always had a Sunday roast. Came in with it on a plate, covered in foil, used to microwave it every single Sunday that he worked. 2 o'clock, that's it. No, I'm not here. I'm not here. You notice I don't answer my messages as quickly. I'm not here. I'm taking control of my time. Because I'm very good at I'm reactive, right? That's one of my meta programs. So I'm going to sit down, I'm going to get some work done. Oh, but Laura's messaged me about this not working, and Tommy's messaged me about that not working, or about some British slang. And then Richard's saying, have you got the latest one of this? And then Anne says, have you seen this? And then Eric will send me a video, and then Helen, and it's just like, before I know it, I'm like, oh, well, there's an hour gone, and all I've done is like, listen. Have you noticed as well, right? When you want to get into the zone and you stick like some music on, right, I'm just going to settle in. That's when people start sending you freaking voice messages. So you have to stop the music or the movie and then listen to the voice message. So I don't answer them as fast anymore. So number one, control your time, non-negotiables. Okay. I did a 16-hour day yesterday. So I was tired today. Shouldn't have done a 16-hour day. So I made sure I had a bit of time off earlier. Control your environment, all right? Remove distractions. My iPad, right, does not have Messenger on it. It doesn't have email on it. Doesn't have Facebook on it. All I can do on it is basically listen to BBC Sounds for podcasts and things like that when I go to bed, and watch YouTube. So sometimes I'll go on YouTube, but it has no sort of interactive social media on it, because I know if I go to bed to relax, but I've got something that I can get on Messenger with, I will check it. So I could NLP myself and make the picture go away, or I can just do the easiest thing and just not have them on the iPad. It's an old iPad mini. It's not like I spent a lot of money on an iPad just to have that on it. It's an old one, but that's what I do. My phone for a long time didn't have email on it. Clive Sinclair, my hero, my hero. He didn't even have a mobile phone, and he was a tech wizard. He invented computers. Right? Control your environment. Control your mindset by choosing your internal state. Well, NLP, you can control your state with NLP. Again, it's in the book. You can feel any way you want to feel, right? So control, how can you control? And one of the best things that I ever learned, by the way, on that was Richard Branson. He can only work in 15-minute bursts. ADHD. It's good enough for him. Good enough for me. So I'm not quite that bad, but I remember seeing that and going, oh, maybe I'm not a total loser. Right. So section 4, number 4, rather, compounding. Right. It's that old thing, be married to the process divorced from the outcome. So if you've got clarity on what you exactly want, you've got absolute certainty.
This morning.
Sorry, say that again.
I was trying to remember that phrase this
Oh,
morning.
well, there you
Thank
go.
you.
See, that's law of attraction in action. That's what you needed to hear. Married to the process, divorced from the outcome. So who knows the answer to this? Because I'm sure you've heard this one as well. If you could take 1 penny and double it every day for a month, how much do you have at the end of the month?
Well, it's something like 5 million.
That's something. It's exactly 5 million.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Well remembered. Yeah. So 1 penny doubled a day, 5 million after 30 days. But at the start, it's not very sexy, is it? Here's a penny. Thanks. Next day, here's 2 pence. Thank you. 4 pence. 8 pence. 16 pence. Yeah, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024, 2056. I start slacking off then. 4,090. Anyway.
Let's get hard.
Yeah, well, it's all computer stuff, isn't it? I know it up to like 512 memory, 1024, 1 gig and all that. So, but in the early days, honestly, if you said to somebody, this is the money you've got to live on, and you start off with a penny, you're going to starve, aren't you? So it's not very sexy. And this is why people that start home-based businesses, why do you start a home-based business? Most people do it because they need the money. They don't do it because they want the lifestyle. They do it because they want the lifestyle as well. But a lot of people, they do it because they want the money. So they're trying to make money. And then you're saying to them, yeah, you're going to start you off on a penny and then 2p and then 4p, then 8p. Most people then are going to go, forget it. Right. But that's sometimes what you need to do. And this is why you need the certainty. Right. So I love recurring commissions. Recurring for me, I've had it big time. Okay, I don't have so much of it now. This is partly why I did Jifu again. I never thought I'd do something like IM, but it's way better than IM, and it's like, so yeah, why not? I know how to do it. So Jifu's on the table. PLS, I've got their AI functioning now with the $7 thing. HBA, I still absolutely freaking love HBA, but it's difficult to get, people like, did you see the Monday night what's working now? No. How's your marketing going? Oh, not very well. Every Monday, you got people telling you what they're doing to make sales. It's like, come on, right? So when I'm talking about my bumpers, does what I do, does it help me build an audience? Does it help build my network, relationships with people? Does it help me with knowledge? Does it give me recurring income? It's either got to lead to high ticket income, where you make like at least $1,000 maybe in a sale, okay, or recurring. I still prefer recurring, but if you can get $1,000 in at a time, that's good as well. As long as the product's good, as long as you believe in it, as long as people can make their money back. That's another one of my sort of things is, if you buy this, can you make your money back with it? Okay, that's one of the things that I live by. So when you come down to it, a little trick you can do, right? So if you say, I need to send 5 direct messages today, I need to go into I created a guide for network trading for network marketers, right? So I want to, because that's what I did with IM. So I can go into a network marketing group. I want to go and make friends with a lot of network marketers. I can tell them the failure rate in the industry, and I can show them what I did to make, $500,000 with IM, right? So I was a network marketer and I was struggling. The failure rates are crap. Here's what you can do, right? So I've got a right audience and I've got a great message to give that audience. So I could say I need that's called a modal operator of necessity, which means it's something you don't want to do. I need to take out the trash, right? I need to go to the gym. I need to lose weight, right? Usually when you hear that come out of people's mouths, I need, right, means I don't really want to do it, right? So rather than that, you could say, I need to send 5 direct messages today. I'm building a compounding communication system that scales trust, which AI helped me with this. So that's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? But I would say I'm building my network. Building my network. That's all there is to it. If I go into a network marketing group and I like, share, comment on somebody's post, and I think they might be good, write their name on the list. And I will just keep liking, sharing, commenting on their stuff because I know Facebook will show us each other's things. I won't message them and say, hey, I don't suppose you're looking to join a business or anything like that. I just post. And this is part of what I was talking about earlier, Tommy. My posts, I know some of them are curiosity. Curiosity is marketer's best friend. Some of them are proof, some of them are educational. It's all part of a bigger picture. A lot of my posts don't even have a link on or a way to contact me if you're interested. I just put stuff out because I want people to go, what's he doing? I had a message from school today, send me your affiliate link for Jiffy. And he's just been watching the stuff I did with PLS, but now he's interested in Jiffy. Okay. So I like to say, will this action pay me once or will it pay me forever? And I know that's pie in the sky because companies come and go and people come and go, but fundamentally, that's what I look at. If I'm doing this work anyway, would I rather do it for something that's going to pay me once, or would I rather do it on something that could potentially pay me for years? Well, I'd rather do it for something that will pay me for years, and that's the compounding. So these are the bumpers that he suggests. You're welcome to do your own, but I would imagine they will basically follow these sort of things. Does it bring me clarity? Can I act with certainty? Okay. Knowing that you're following a plan, get you where you want to be. And the plan might be, like I say, it might be going through 5 different, there's 9 scanners in Jiffy. It might be going through all 9. There's like how many ways in HBA of promoting. It means you might just sit for an afternoon and go through them all to decide on one you like before you really apply it. Some of the certainty might just be, at this stage, I'm just trying to find what I like. Yeah. Will it strengthen my control? Can I control it? Does it support compounding? Does it bring me clarity? Can I act with certainty? Will it strengthen my control? Does it support compounding? So what I'll do is I'll give you this document now. I'll go and put it in, right? And what I asked AI to do is give me a workbook section. So there's a section here you can do if you want to go and do this on your own, and it will help you do an anchor and stuff like that for certainty. So let me put that in now while I take any questions. Right.
Actually, well, thank you.
Yeah, okay. So let me just put this in. So while I'll tell you what, I'll do it as a PDF. No marketing call today because something's come up. I've got to be on with another marketer who could bring a lot of people into Power Lead Systems. So just to let you know, we're not doing the marketing call today, but we'll be back next week as normal.
That being the case, I was waiting on the marketing call to ask this and wasn't sure this was the right place, but you made me think of it when you were talking about posting on other people's stuff. Are you going to do? I'm having a hard time getting AutoBuzz set up. Actually, they said they needed an API key, and then the guy wrote me back and said, no, we don't need an API key, but it's just weird trying to get it set up, but it looks like the best idea that you guys have had in a long time to me.
Right. Okay. So you've just given me a great idea because mine actually isn't working, Tommy. I messaged Simon Harris this morning, yesterday actually. So mine isn't working, but you just said the API key. I bet that's what's wrong with mine.
Well, the guy that teaches it, I said, I don't even know what an API key is, much less how to put it in. He said, this is our fault. You don't need an API key. So I don't know what's what.
Right, okay then. So I've got this call to do in 20 minutes. So what I'll do is I'll get mine sorted, and then when I can sort mine, I will have more of a chance of sorting yours. So if you don't hear from me later today, Tommy, message me tomorrow. Just make a note to chase me up tomorrow. I'll give you permission to chase me.
I do that too much anyway, but anyway, I will. Yeah.
Right, so
Yeah.
add.
Instead of sitting around just faffing about, you know.
Yeah, it's picking up the lingo. But yeah, that auto buzz is really good. Anybody I really like it. It's just a shame it doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
It was working great, so I reckon it most likely is the API changed. Or bumpers. Any other questions or anything? And that document is now in there.
Yeah.
So I should print them all out. I'll have another book this time next year. Right, well, if that's the case, then I will go and get ready for this call. We might be able to get on early, actually. So thanks a lot for coming. I will. Oh, something in chat. Oh, there you go. Clarity, certainty, control, compounding. 4 C's, I guess we should have said.
I don't see that thing in the chat.
It's not in the chat. It's in school group.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you go, I'll share screen. So if you go into the school community, school, here we go, and then you go into the classroom, recordings, 24th of June, bumpers.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and just as a reminder, there's all these ones you can access. Going back, we've done quite a few now.
Yeah.
But there you go, 24th of June. Okay then, guys, right, I'll go and get ready for this next call. Thanks a
pal.
lot. See
Thank you.
Same back time, same back channel next week.
Thank
Bye.
you.